Our tiny office clerk is home. My dad quipped as I stepped in. His buddy, a Navy SEAL, spotted my Unit 77 tattoo. His chuckle vanished. Sir, he told my dad, do you not know who your daughter is? He asked before turning to me. Admiral Callahan, ma'am, it's in Hano. You know, sometimes one single moment can rewrite your entire life. One offhand comment, a careless word, and suddenly, the foundation you built your world on just crumbles. What if that moment came from the person you spent a lifetime trying to impress? The person whose approval you craved more than anything? And what if, when he finally saw you for who you truly were, it was only because someone else pointed it out? My name is Alexander Callahan, I'm 44, and I used to be the daughter of a Navy logistics officer. Now, I've commanded Unit 77, one of the most covert task forces in U.S. Special Operations. For years, I chased my father's approval, sending money, visiting, letting his little digs about my desk job roll right off my back. But the day he introduced me to a SEAL commander as his little office clerk, something in me just snapped. What happened next? That changed absolutely everything. I grew up knowing what duty meant before I could even spell it. My father, Edward Callahan, was a Navy lieutenant commander in logistics. The kind of man who believed real service meant boots on the ground, steel on target. Everything else? Support. Administration. When I was 8, he pinned his retirement insignia into a shadow box and told me the military was no place for women who couldn't handle combat. Guess what? I was 22 when I proved him wrong and joined anyway. He didn't protest, not really. He signed the enlistment papers with the same neutral expression he used for requisition forms, probably assuming I'd wash out or settle into some safe, unremarkable admin role. I went to officer candidate school, graduated top of my class, commissioned as an ensign at 23. He showed up to my ceremony, but then he just left. Early. Had a retirement luncheon with his logistics buddies. A fresh stab of the familiar pain, but I told myself it didn't matter. My early years were all about intelligence. From a junior analyst on a destroyer to joint ops planning in San Diego. I had a knack for connecting dots others missed, anticipating enemy movements from fragments of intel. By 26, I was a lieutenant. By 30, lieutenant commander. I worked with SEALs, Marine Recon, Air Force Special Ops. I learned their language, their rhythms. And I also learned they wouldn't take me seriously until I'd proven myself 3 times over. At 33, I got command of a joint intelligence fusion cell in Bahrain. My father called it desk work in the desert. I could hear a Padres game on in the background as he said it. I didn't correct him. I didn't tell him that my desk work involved coordinating real-time intelligence for strike packages hitting high-value targets across 2 theaters. I didn't mention the nights I spent tracking assets in hostile territory or the commendation I received for an assessment that prevented a massacre. He wouldn't have understood. Or maybe he would have, and that was full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.